Welcome back, everybody. Here at Chris, and today we're going to be going over the next blue leader in Sec 16, which is going to be Whis. Invitation to Battle. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the deck, the leader, the set, me, whatever. Just let me know, guys, down below. So, Whis. Whis. Whis is an interesting leader. I don't think this leader is good at all. Just going to put it out right there. I don't think it's good. I think there's just better options to play as a blue leader, and realistically, I don't think there's enough reason to play a god-eccentric blue leader. There's just not enough, value blue cards that are just god-based. I feel, or you can't just play Soul Striker instead, right? But the idea of these videos is just to give you guys some ideas on what the leader could look like if it was played in a competitive realm. So activate main. Switch this card to rest mode, draw a card, then play up to one blue or yellow Skilless battle card with energy cost 15 from your deck or your drop area on your opponent's board in rest mode, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. So the idea of this deck is you play out these 15k Skilless on your opponent's board, then you use your god cards to kill those cards, which then grants you other effects, right? Now, the problem is that most decks probably will just save the card, and then if they save that card, now they have a free 15k battle card that that they can swing at you with, right? It's not like a token like in the Android 21 and 18 deck. So it's very interesting, right? The awaken condition, if you have 3 life or more, or 3 life or less, I'm sorry, and or your opponent's leader is awoken, you may draw 2 cards and flip over. So it's a draw 2 leader. That's pretty interesting, right? Doesn't restand himself. Which is unfortunate because that's what the Grand Priest leader does. He's able to restand himself, which I think is a really cool function. So you don't really get that. So that's kind of off rips a little bad. Now, invitation to battle. This side, auto, when one of your Beerus cards attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, switch it to one of your blue Beerus cards in your energy to active mode. So the idea is you're going to charge a blue yellow Beerus, right? If you don't charge a blue yellow Beerus, it kind of sucks, right? The activate main, switch this card to rest mode, draw a card, and then play up to one of the skills in rest mode. So the fact is, you can't, on your awaken turn, you can't, unless I'm missing something, you don't get to restand your leader. So if you could restand your leader, and then on your then awaken, like when you awaken, you draw 2, you restand your leader, and then on this side, you can activate main, tap your guy again, draw another card, and then play another one. Be super cool. But you don't get to do that. You just have to do it once per turn. So like I said, it's a little iffy. But we will now go over the deck list and kind of give you guys a breakdown of what the deck should do, or how the deck should function. All right, guys. So here is the deck list I did create for this particular this leader here, and it's a 51 card deck. I don't really know how to feel about it. It's very weird. It's a very weird deck, right? So first things first is the leader effect, right? So whenever you KO something, when a Beerus card, not another battle card, when a Beerus card KOs a battle card, an opponent's battle card, you can then restand a Beerus in your energy, right? So this is the only one that we're running right now in the deck, and I know people are gonna say, well, why don't you just run the Fickle God, which is the old blue yellow check land, right? You can. I just think it doesn't really fit with the deck. Like, I just don't think there's any reason just to run it, just to charge it, But this guy has multiple implications. For one, he is a very, very powerful card. This card is very, very good. And 2, it is a Beerus card. So you can, charge in the energy. But it also doesn't have to be, I don't believe it has to be, doesn't have to be blue-yellow. So you can actually restand one of your other blue Beeruses, which is this guy here that we run. There's a few other Beeruses. There's one that's like a 1-drop and stuff, and I tried to not go too heavy on the actual archetype because it takes away from what else you can do in the deck, right? So if you basically just charge one of these, it's gonna essentially be a more stipulated version of the SS, God Goku. So it's just worse than that, essentially. So, but Combative Impulse, this card is actually really good. I think anyone who plays blue should own a full playset of this card. I think this card will be a very, very powerful blue card going forward. So, 16k double strike. When this card is played, that's one of your opponent's battle cards. Switch to the rest mode. Auto, when this card attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, draw 1, switch it to active mode, and place one of your opponent's life at the bottom of their deck. So this is really cool. This is going to force a negate out of your opponent, or it's going to force your opponent to have to combo. Being able to tap a small battle card, like a 4k, because this is a blue deck. You know, people are gonna play the little 1-drop guys, the little cantrips that whenever your opponent restands an energy using a skill, you know, crit a life or whatever, or crit an energy or both, or something like that. This card is going to be used to kill that, right? Any 1-drop battle card, you basically just play this, tap something, and then swing at the 1-drop battle card. Now, if it's like a 4K or a 5K, your opponent has to combo a super combo. Hopefully that they're, you know, they're at 4K. I mean, they're at 4 life or less to actually make it valuable, because most people are going to play the, you know, the bottom deck 1, draw 2. And then do some other, you know, they have to combo more on top of it. And if they don't, you get a free draw, a restand, and you're going to take a life. It's insane. So this card by itself is better than the leader, but it is a Beerus. That's why you know I'm putting it in the deck. But this card here is outstanding for blue decks. I think everyone should own a full playset of this card. And this is the skillless guy that we're running, right? He's a blue. We can charge him if we need to. That's why I'm not playing a yellow one. I just think it's dumb charging him, you know, a mono yellow energy. So this is the guy that we're gonna play. Nice thing is you can play him from your drop area. If you don't have any more in your deck, but if it gets warped, it's gone, then you don't really get the effect anymore. The other Beerus, Ruthless Pursuer. So this is a 1-cost combo. Limit 1 when this actually we'll do the bottom one first. So it's a 20k double strike. Limit 1 if your leader's blue in this card's your combo area. When one of your blue battle cards attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, draw a card and play this card from your combo area. So it's just a 1-cost Raider's Warcry essentially. So if you can be awoken, that's the biggest thing, right? You have to be awoken to be able to do this on turn 2, which is not very likely, right? You need to swing at this guy, or you swing with, because it has to be a battle card, right? Yeah, when it has to be a battle card, so you can't do this till like turn 3, which is just really dumb. But you would swing with this, or like one of your other blue cards, right? And you combo this guy on top of it, make it a 25, 26k, right? Your opponent's not going to combo out. So you're going to play this guy. So first, you're going to draw from this, restand him, bottom deck 1 of their life. Then you're going to play this guy, draw a card. Now you have a 20k double striker on board and a 16k double striker on board, turn 3, which in most blue decks is going to be really, really difficult to deal with, right? But this card is really good. Again, combination with this, very, very good. But just too many stipulations with KOing. So like there's going to be particular decks where this is really, really good in, or really, really good against. There's going to be decks where it's just like not, and not good at all. Some of the typical blue stuff here, you got the Zamasu, the Eliminator, which is good because if you charge a Beerus, then we can charge this. Now we have 2 blue, yellow, up. And then this card's just going to be good for the rest of the game with the counterplay. God Sealing, Fajita, Zamasu, or not Zamasu, but Senzu Bean and D-Magic. We're not really going to go over those cards there. Goku Black, Unforeseen Darkness. This is a god, and I know there is, I'm sure there's a 1-drop somewhere that searches out god cards. So this is a god. It's great. So if you have a blue-yellow energy, when you play this guy at the end of your turn, you draw 2, pitch 1, and then restand a blue-yellow energy. So very, very good. This is good for like your turn 2 play. You can play him or him. Yeah, so you have 2 really, really powerful turn 2 plays, right? Baby Hatch, we know what Baby Hatch does. We're not going to go over that. Now the unison combination here. So you have Super Saiyan God, Vegeta, Silent Strike, and you have Grand Priest, Invitation to Battle. So this guy is a blue 3-drop unison, and this is the one that we're gonna play in the deck. Reason is switch this card to rest mode, activate battle, switch up to one of your blue god cards in your energy to active mode. Meaning, this is a god, this is a god, this is a god, this is a god, this is a god. So we can restand a good amount of our cards if you do end up charging one of them, which is really, really cool. And then you get to choose 1 god card in your hand with energy combo cost of 1 and combo with it. So you can combo with this guy for free, but mainly you want to combo with this guy for free. So you actually can combo with him from your hand for free, and then if you KO something, if you KO something, then you can play him out for free and then draw a card, right? Very, very powerful combination here. You can't really do the top part. It doesn't really matter. And then the -3 is when your opponent plays a big battle card higher than your energy. You can -3 and then just return it to their hand. So it's pretty cool. Gives you some interesting defense if you end up like God Sealing, then they play something else like Kai, right? Like the Supreme Kai Secret Rare. One problem with blue is that when they'll play it out for 1 and they'll God Sealing back to their hand, like okay, I'll just tap another one and play it, right? But with this, you can God Sealing, and then they try to play it again. You just -3 and bounce back to their hand. So then they lose 2 energy, and then they don't have a 40k battle card on board, which is pretty cool. But the other guy here is we play this kind of as a game finish. This is gonna be Blue's kind of Blue's version of the Unison of Fury or whatever it's called, the yellow Fajita, right? This one's cool because it has Empower, so we can build up markers pretty quickly on this guy. And then once we like use the effect, we can end up playing this guy for 2. We can keep up to 3 markers if we replace another Unison. And we have a +1, which is draw 2, bottom deck 2, which is cool. So you get to draw 2 first and then bottom deck 2 in any order. Which means you really want to use it so you can bottom deck these stupid skills and just put them in your deck. Bottom effect, -X. Okay, every 2 markers you remove from this card, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards to place at the bottom of their deck. Initially, if you've removed 4 markers from this card, it gets 10k in double strike. So, if you are able to replace this guy in power 3, meaning you play him for 2 energy, you then take 3 markers away from Grand Priest, you now become a 5, you -4, bottom deck 2 cards, gain 10k in double strike. So now you have a 25k double strike Unison on board. Very, very impactful. Very, very impactful. So this is very cool. You can end up switching this for something else, but I do think this actually has good implications in the deck because you are going to be charging God cards. So between that and your leader effect, you should be able to restand 2 energy, but also the fact you can play this guy for free is very, very good, right? 1 golden baby 8. The blue card, the blue staple, counter. You're going to play it in the blue-yellow package here. We run 4 hit rapid movement. So that way when we charge a blue-yellow, this card's going to be activated. You have Kefla. Again, just another really good blue card that you're going to play in most blue-yellow builds just because it is your boss monster in the deck. And we're going to play Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black Apocalypse Schemer. This is your blue-yellow Abuni. You play them out, you get the restand energy at the end of the turn. You play 4 tokens that all have 10k power and 5k combo power, and they are blockers, for at least for the turn. So you can play them out on turn 4, pass at the end of the turn, restand an energy. Now you have 4 blockers up. You also have a blocker, so that way you can activate your Grand Priest effect to then restand another energy. So like they said, there is some very cool stuff in the deck. I just see, I think the deck has, I think it's too heavy, at least right now. I think maybe later on after getting some, some testing with it, maybe I'll change my mind. But I just think it's the implication on having to KO something, right? Being able to just negate or counterplay one of these guys, because a lot of stuff in this deck doesn't have deflect outside of the Goku Black. Like Kefla's fine. I mean, Kefla's probably gonna come down in most cases, but Beerus, very easy to kill. He's a 2 cost that doesn't have any defensive stuff, right? So in matchups where your opponent doesn't run a lot of counterplays, which I can't really see it, too many decks not doing that. This card's just gonna die, if they have any counterplays to it, right? This guy's a little bit harder to kill because he's a 20k and he's a 4 cost. But this guy being a 2 cost is just like, almost everything in the game will hit this guy. He has no defensive stuff at all. So that's why it's a little eh. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys think this leader is better than the SS God leader, if you think this is going to be a pretty interesting rogue blue deck, let me know in the comments. I could be completely wrong, but this is probably the best deck that I can figure out, like the best build I can figure out for the deck is just, revolving around the blue-yellow stuff and really implementing, some of these extra gods in there, just to utilize the leader effect and the unison effect. So let me know what you guys think down below. Hit the bell for notifications. Let me know if I'm wrong. If I'm right, just start a discussion down below. I'd love to talk to you guys about stuff, especially about these type of videos. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.